HOESEN!
Sergeant Pepper's, we hope you will enjoy the show.
What's going on, guys? JD here. Welcome back to History in the Mix, and we have a fun, old-school type episode. We're not talking about controversy. We're not talking about the HBO documentary. We're not talking about lies. We're not talking about betrayal. We're talking about friendship today. Good media about Michael Jackson. What? It's been a while since one of these, let me tell you. But today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new documentary called The Man Behind the Dance. It is a documentary done by David Van Hoesen, which is about LaVelle Smith Jr., who was a longtime friend, dancer, collaborator with Michael Jackson, you could say. Not just Michael Jackson, also another one of my favorite artists, George Michael. Janet Jackson, Beyonce, just an overall amazing guy that's worked with so many of my favorite people. It's crazy. But this documentary, The Man Behind the Dance, it focuses on his time with Michael Jackson. It hits so many core points that I've been wondering about, and it's so cool hearing him talk about these things from such a close point of view that he had with Michael. We're going to be getting into that and more. And later on, after I review it, I've been in contact with the team behind the documentary, and we have a interview with the director, David Van Hoesen, which I pray I'm saying his name right. Maybe not, because, Oklahomans aren't the smartest. But, so the documentary, I heard about it for a long time. A lot of people were talking about it. And the promo for this documentary has been very good, too. Overall, I was excited. I knew LaVelle, just because you know LaVelle. Maybe you don't know his name, but you've seen his face if you watch any Michael Jackson content. Because he was on the Bad Tour, Dangerous Tour, History Tour. You've seen him before. That rhymed. But I always think about watching concerts and stuff like that, the stories these guys have, and this is a perfect way of LaVelle telling his story. Now, the documentary opens up, which is something I was not expecting. It opens up with Michael Jackson's passing. And it shows fans' reaction, and then LaVelle gets into his story about what it was like when Michael died. And overall, this is one of the best parts of the documentary, because you really get to see what it was like for people close to Michael when he died.
And I called the office, and they said, LaVelle, it's true.
He does talk a lot about the allegations, but I don't want to get into that right now. I want to skip on a little bit into more of the happy Michael Jackson stuff, and then we'll talk about the allegations at the end. He talks a lot about his conversations with Michael, which is, again, awesome to hear. He would say what he really wanted to Michael, which is something we don't hear a lot, not only from other Michael Jackson collaborators, but just from other people around Michael Jackson, which is so refreshing to hear that Michael had real people around him saying the truth to him, which is really awesome to hear. LaVelle is just overall such an awesome guy.
But I said, this is our relationship. I said, dude, really? You said that? Idiot move.
But the black and white aspect of this maybe it's stupid to say this, but it made it feel so much more real, Does that make sense? Maybe not. But the black or white complemented the aspect of the film and what the film was trying to say so good, and it was such a good artistic representation of the film. And I talked to the creator about that later on in this episode, because it is very risky to do a film in black and white, because people not like me, people my age group, could not stand a black and white thing. But it's amazing. I don't really know how to say this. LaVelle, as a human, is so positive. It's so nice to hear him talk, especially about Michael. I would love to hear some of his George Michael stories. I'm sorry, I know that's kind of off topic, but his work alone, doing the workshops that he does with the younger generation about Michael and teaching them how to dance like Michael, is so refreshing to see. It's so nice. The overall feeling of having a positive Michael Jackson documentary, learning things that I didn't know already, is so weird to me to know that we have that. It's crazy, honestly. I don't know if you guys can even tell the excitement in my voice from this, because it is crazy. And this is so well done. I have to cover this part. A lot of the documentary is talking about the allegations. YouTube, don't demonetize me. I'm just calling them allegations. Don't hurt me. LaVelle, I don't want to go too much into the allegations because YouTube is cracking down me talking about that, and there's a video about that coming out soon. But he 100% says they're liars, and that if he saw Michael Jackson doing anything like that, he would go and report him to the police himself.
If I was there and I ever suspected that he was doing that, I would have went to the police myself and turned my friend in.
One other thing I love about this documentary is in that the 60 Minutes interview with McManus, she is just, you can see her mind working, trying to come up with stuff. And this documentary, The Man Behind the Dance, is not like that. LaVelle just spouts off these awesome tidbits without having to think about them, without having to sugarcoat them. And this is awesome. And it goes into the thing where how unfiltered this is. Sure, there's bleeps every once in a while, but I understand that. But when it comes to talking about what LaVelle wants to talk about, it's so refreshing to see that. And it all boils down to, when you talk about Michael Jackson nowadays, a lot of things aren't positive. And this Man Behind the Dance documentary is so positive that it's impossible not to laugh, it's impossible not to smile, and it's impossible not to have your heart touched by LaVelle and the work that this team has done, which is amazing. And the best part is that this is available on all streaming platforms. YouTube, Vimeo, other things, their website, Facebook, it's everywhere. It is free. It is impossible for you to not be able to watch this. There's every opportunity to watch this, and you need to watch it. It is required viewing. If somebody came up to me and said, hey, I want to learn more about Michael Jackson the human, what are some things that I need to watch? The Jackson's American Dream, this documentary, and his short films, because there's not too many true Michael Jackson, I don't want to say videos, documentaries, etc., films to watch to really get the truth. And something that The Man Behind the Dance does perfectly is the truth, which I hate to keep repeating myself, is refreshing and amazing to hear. And now I think it's time to cut to my interview with David Van Hoesen, the creator of The Man Behind the Dance, who is so nice and so awesome to jump on the show with me. So here is that. It's just the audio, so don't freak out.
JB, thanks for having me. I saw your previous shows on YouTube, and I think it's very, very funny. So yeah, I want to support you to working with you on the questions you have regarding my documentary, The Man Behind the Dance. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. So I have a few questions that I wanted to ask you about the documentary. The first one, with my stuff that I do, I know that I have a lot of run-ins with the Michael Jackson estate a lot, and they're usually not positive. So my first question is, did you guys have to contact the Michael Jackson estate in any way for this project? Maybe they were a help, maybe an insignificance. What was that like?
So no, we didn't contact the Michael Jackson estate in any way, because it was all about LaVelle Smith Jr. So the private footage you saw on the documentary is from the archive of LaVelle's personal collection. So there's much more to come in the second part. And some shots were provided us by the Michael Jackson fan club that we could use in the documentary.
Yeah. No, I'm not the biggest fans of them. But one thing I am a fan of is in this documentary. I love filmmaking and I love older films. But you guys chose to put the film in black and white, which I really love. And it's really great because black or white is mentioned in the film. So what was the reasoning behind this? Because, people my age or in my age group, the attention span and stuff, black or white, it's kind of complicated. Personally, I loved it. But what was your guys' reasoning for using that filter specifically?
The black and white. I'm very glad you mentioned that. And I see that you're a very clever guy. You saw direct why we did it. Yeah, it's a wrap. You know it. You find it out. I have to be honest, it was a risk. So we thought we'd do it in black and white because it's a reference to Michael Jackson with the song Black or White. So we thought it can be nice. It was a risk, but I got a lot of positive reactions on that. So many people love it. So it was a good choice to do that. So I'm happy that everybody's happy with the fact that it's in black and white. Yeah, I love it. I love it also. I think it gives an extra touch to the emotions and the story and the concept. So it was definitely the right choice to do it in black and white. Yeah, I'm happy with the result, and I'm happy that all the fans like it.
Exactly, it really did complement it good. I said that in the review that it works so well, especially with the quality and what LaVelle is saying. It just works so well. But besides Michael Jackson, I also love to collect films, DVDs, Blu-rays, etc. Is there any DVD or Blu-ray release planned for the film?
At this point, there is no DVD or Blu-ray release planned for the documentary because of the fact it's not over yet. We have still a second part to do. So at this point, there is no reason to plan a DVD or Blu-ray release. But I'm gonna say you one thing, and it's exclusive for you, JB. Not even LaVelle is knowing this. But I'm having plans to make, when the total project is done, to make a DVD. But you cannot buy the DVD because we don't want to make money out of this project. It's all about love. It's all about sharing. But the DVD that I'm gonna make is a very special one. I'm not gonna tell you much about it, but the documentary is referring in many ways to Michael Jackson. Like you said before, black or white. We did it in black and white. It's LaVelle's story. We call it his story. Like the number, like the album of Michael. So the DVD will be something in the way of the CD of the history album. So that's all I'm gonna tell. But it will be a very special DVD, and it will be only let's say 100 out of it, so it will be a collector's item.
I cannot wait to see that second part. That's very exciting. Another thing that's very weird, because I talked in the review about how seeing positive stuff about Michael is so rare these days, and especially with somebody not wanting money from it legitimately. A lot of people will say that, but a lot of people won't do it. Even I have to monetize some of my stuff. But you guys uploaded the film to YouTube and Vimeo free of charge, and that's crazy and such a nice thing to do. Why did you guys do that?
Your questions are really, really good. I have to say that because you ask me questions that nobody asked me. I got so many questions, but no questions about the black and white, the DVDs, the YouTube or Vimeo releasing. So, JB, you're a cool guy with the right questions.
Thank you.
So, what is the reason behind it? Because, like I told you before, it's all about love. It's all about sharing. It's not about making money out of it. No, because why should we do that? It's not something. It's not on me. The success of the documentary. First of all, it's LaVelle's effort because he did it with us for love, out of respect to honor Michael. So why should we make money out of it when LaVelle is doing it together with us? No, that's not something ever. We never talked about the fact that we want to earn money out of it. No. It's all about love. Everything I'm gonna do with the Man Behind the Dance will be free and available for everyone all around the world. That's why we didn't show it on TV. No, we released it on the internet, on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the website. So it's reachable for everybody all around the world. If you're gonna broadcast it on TV, they only broadcasted it in a specific country. But Michael Jackson has so many fans all around the world. So why should we do that? No, it's to honor Michael Jackson. It's LaVelle's story. It's his word. It's important for LaVelle to tell the real story, the truth about Michael Jackson. So that's the reason.
It is all for love. I love that you say that. Now, if you'd like to tell the audience a little bit more about the backstory behind the documentary, I'm all for that. I'll give this part to you. I just want you to talk about what you want to talk about.
The reason that we did The Man Behind the Dance is at a certain point I saw the documentary Leaving Neverland, and you see all the after shows on TV and the basic journalists that have always the same questions. So it really got bored, and I thought by myself, why don't I contact anybody who knew Michael Jackson to ask his opinion or her opinion. So I contacted LaVelle Smith Jr. and we talked about the project, and he was happy to work together with us. So that's mainly the story behind The Man Behind the Dance. And I'm very grateful to LaVelle that he would do this with us, because I'm living in Belgium, so I'm nobody, you know. I had that small ID. Talked with LaVelle, we had a good connection, and we just did it, and that's I'm really grateful to be a part of it. I'm very proud that I did it. I don't realize it entirely, I guess, because I literally get messages from all around the world, and that's something I'm not used to. So yeah, it's overwhelming to see all the reactions and to see that we created something that moves people, touch people in a way. I cannot explain it because, like I said, I have to realize it by myself. I worked on this project the last 3 months 24/7, and even now that it's out there, I still have a lot of things to do. So I'm waiting for the moment that I'm realizing that we created something beautiful for the fans, that the fans appreciate, and that it's something that, yeah, that moved people, and that's the most beautiful compliment I can get. So thank you to all of you who watch The Man Behind the Dance and will watch The Man Behind the Dance, and for all those beautiful messages. It really gives me a boost, and I promise you, you ain't seen nothing yet. There's much more to come, so stay tuned.
Thank you, David, for joining us. I cannot wait to see the second part. Give LaVelle my thanks for this amazing work, and back to me at the History in the Mix studio. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more, and remember, make that change. I'm also going on vacation soon to the beach again, like last year. So I'm going to be recording a bunch of these back to back. So if I'm wearing the same shirt, don't freak out on me. Okay, make that change. Bye.
Hello, this is Michael Jackson. Thank you so much for being here. More to come. Keep checking in.